I would say there are several formative experiences. I think the first one is growing up as a person of color in the American South. My parents, I moved around a lot when I was little and was in Canada for a while, China, and then eventually in Kentucky, where I spent most of my childhood. And I think being in a majority white society and being part of an immigrant family that is in many ways a shining example of a very brave set of people, namely my parents, who chased the American dream and in some ways achieved it, in some ways not. Seeing how discrimination, racism, difference manifested very viscerally and personally for me growing up, planted the seeds. I didn't have the words to talk about it, but I definitely had the emotions with which to label that. So the past 4 years, I've been thinking about this question of representation, this question of who is at the table, who we say is at the table, and the difference between the presence versus the rhetoric of the people at that table. And we think about institutions of representative democracy, and all of them say that they proclaim to work for the interests and the identities of people who are most affected. But the reality is oftentimes those people never get at that table. And what I really would like to see and have seen achieved in the past in rare instances are those people coming to the table empowered not only to sit in front of that bargaining chair, but also to shake it so vigorously that the table actually falls over and that there's a radical shift and change in power structure. So some of the lessons are, I think, honestly quite intuitive, but very rarely utilized or implemented. One of this is just meeting people where they're at, so offering transport, offering food, offering education, however basic or very advanced. And this is especially critical when groups are trying to work in movement spaces where people might be especially resource poor or have significant barriers to political participation, and investing in a long-term model so that people are not only pawns to get to show up at a rally or tools for an organization to say, we represent X number of people in this way or that way, but rather thinking about people as in their own transformative potential, teaching them that they have that power and showing them how they can use it.